The HG10 just came in. This is the Canon HG10. This is high definition, 1080p. It's got a CMOS sensor. This thing looks phenomenal. You know what? In fact, if you don't believe me and you're thinking, oh, this guy, he's just going to tell me to pick up one of these, push pause and go and look at some of the reviews on different websites, look at some customer reviews, look at some professional reviews. Everyone's going to tell you that this camera, it's been used for professional applications. I've seen people use this thing for commercials. It looks amazing. The CMOS sensor, it's like a 2.9 megapixel sensor, and the size of the sensor is 2.7 of an inch. It's a strange size, 2.7 of an inch. But that's the size of the sensor, and what I really love about this is the fact that it produces 1080p. And it's a hard drive camera, meaning that it doesn't record to a tape. There's no tapes you got to put into this unit or anything like that. It all records on an internal hard disk. It's a 40 gigabyte hard disk, and you can store 5 hours of the highest quality 1080p footage on this. There's also some other settings you can do lower quality as well, but you get 5 hours of the highest quality. And one thing, some people don't think that sounds like a lot, but in all actuality, most times when you go and have an outing, you don't record more than 5 hours worth of stuff. You start and stop a lot, you might get an hour or so. Then you come back and you dump it onto a hard drive, or you edit it, and then you get rid of all the stuff you don't need, so it's not going to clutter up hard drive space. But still, 5 hours of HD 1080p footage. And one thing about the CMOS sensor that's nice is the fact that sometimes with the other cameras, when you move back and forth like this, you get something called smearing. And what that basically is with the CCD sensors that most cameras have, when you move, the colors tend to blur together, and you'll see like a blur of lines and that sort of thing. Well, with this one, the CMOS sensor, it's much more accurate, and also as you're turning, there's not the smearing of the color like you have with the CCD sensor. So it's better quality all the way around. Another thing that's cool about this, it has 24p mode. That's right, it shoots just like, normal movies are 24 frames a second. This one can shoot 24 frames a second, progressive scan, 1080p. At 24 frames, so it's going to look amazing, just like a movie. And you couple that with some of the different settings, as far as you can put it in like a cinema mode, then you're really getting close to that that cinema quality look. If you're like someone who's making little movies for YouTube, or even making stuff that's going to be like, if you're a first-time filmmaker, this is a great way to start. All right, now I'm going to take you on a tour of some of the features of the actual camera here, to show you how easy it is to use. Now, turn it on and off over here. It's very simple, and you can just click one more time and it'll go to the play mode. And you have a list of all the different scenes that you've recorded, because since it's on a hard drive, you don't have to rewind it. It shows all the different scenes there, so that's handy as well. Come over here and take a look at this screen. It's a 2.7 inch widescreen, and it's very easy to use. It's very similar to the Canon cameras, the compact cameras. You press the function button to bring up the menu here, and then you can either use the up and down little navigational click wheel there, or see, we've got a dial here. We can turn this and it goes through the different menus. We can use this to change our colorization options, our focus modes, even change your shutter speed, and all sorts of things here. We can change the focusing modes. Like I said, you can change the white balance and everything, but it's very easy to use. I also changed the audio if you want to use the speakers, or you can use a headset as well. And speaking of audio, this does have stereo audio. See the right and left there on the top? And then what's underneath this little spot right here? I'm going to close this up here. Underneath here, let me pull this off for just a second. We have a multi-function hot shoe. Now you can plug in any device here. You can pick up something made by Canon, but it's a standard size hot shoe. So you can pick up something by a third party, like a flash or a light, or maybe an extra microphone or something like that. And you can plug that in right there. So that's nice as well. And then this just pops back into place like so. You have your zoom controls here, and also right here on the back here we have a photo button, and this can take an independent photo. Max resolution on that is 1920 by 1440. So that's very large, actually larger. If you're going to use something for your desktop background, that'll be plenty large enough there. And we have that control there as well. Also the size, perfect size for your hand. I don't have very large hands, so you can see here mine are good size here. It's a small size camera, and it's all about the quality. That's what it's all about. The amazing quality of the Canon HG10. Very similar to the HV20, except this one uses hard drive. And you know what? There's no easier way to get this from the camera to your computer than if it's a hard drive, because it plugs up with USB and transfers that way. Simple. You guys want to keep this around and try it out for a little bit, don't you? It's amazing. I don't even know what else to say. I don't know how to convince people. All right, guys, if you guys do have any questions, click on Q&A at the top of the page. I'll hop in there and help you guys out as well. I'll see you next time. For more information on the Canon HG10 high-definition hard disk camcorder, go to Tiger Direct and type C925-1330 into the search box. Or you can call us 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. 1-800-800-8300.